Okay, so can you all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so we were talking about the different collision resolution techniques. Can somebody just list out the collision resolution techniques which we had discussed in the last session?
First is chaining and the second is open addressing.
Yeah, so we were talking about chaining or open hashing. We were going through the algorithm and we didn't complete it, so I'll just explain it once again. So the algorithm is like I've written the steps in one side and the corresponding C++ code on the other side. So please, alternately go through it so that you understand it better. And please stop me then and there if you don't understand. Okay. So starting with the first statement, declare an array of linked list with a hash table size. So the first thing, we have to create a linked list, and for creation of the linked list, here we have used the data type. We have used the, excuse me, ma'am. We have used a data type called structure, which contains data and the pointer to the next node. Okay. As you all know, structure can contain different kinds of data. So here one is the value which you want to store in the hash table, and the other is the pointer to the next node. So as you all know, pointer to the next node means it's pointing to the memory address of the value or the memory address of the next node. So the pointer type should be the type of the node. So since the node type is struct node, so the pointer type is also given as struct node. So that is the two contents of the structure. So that's tells you the creation a node create you have declared a node for the linked list. Then they're saying declare an array of linked list. So you have to create an array, and here an array called chain is created, and it is also of type struct node because it contains a list of nodes. So the array type is also given as or declared as struct node. And what is the size of the array? It is size, which is defined along with the header hash defined size 10. So you are declaring an array of size 10 which is going to contain a list of nodes. Okay, so that is for the first statement. The second statement says initialize an array of linked list to null. As you all know, if you want to initialize each location of the array, you have to open a loop and initialize each location equal to null. So it is given in the function void init. So an init function is created in which the process of initializing each location of the array to null is done. So I hope the first two statements of the algorithm is clear to everybody. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So please let me know if you don't understand, please let me know. Next is the statements 3, 4, 5. It is enclosed inside the function void insert because we have already done with the creation of the node and initialization of the node. Now we have to insert values into the hash table. So for that we have created another function called void insert, and the value which has to be inserted into the hash table is given as argument. Okay, so for that what is being done is a new node, a node which is going to contain the data is created. So a new node is created which is of struct node type, and the new node data is assigned the value which is obtained as argument, or the value which has to be stored as the data, and the new node next is going to be initialized to null. That means it's not going to point to another node right now. It is first initialized to null. So that is a node which will contain data and the pointer null. Okay, so that is the new node. Now, where are you going to place the new node? We have to place the new node in the hash table. So for that, we have to find the hash key. So key is equal to value modulo size. We are using modulo division here. So to find the key, you're going to mod value with the size of the hash table. So size of the hash table, यहाँ पे 10 दिया है. So value mod 10. Clear? Next is if chain of key is equal to null. उसका मतलब क्या है? You can only place the node inside the hash table bucket if the bucket is null. Okay, so you're going to check whether the location of the array or the bucket is null. If it is null, you will place the new node in that particular location. If not null, that means the bucket contains data. So if the bucket contains data, what? It is going to be a linked list. So you have to traverse the linked list until you reach the end of the linked list, and you will assign the new node to the last node available in the particular linked list. So that is what is being said here. You are assigning the value to temp. You are traversing the temp next until you reach the end. That is until you reach the pointer where it is assigned to null, and there you will copy your new node there as the next node. So that is what is being done in statement 5. Okay, so these are the statements 3, 4, 5 which is included inside the function insert. Is it clear to all? इसमें कोई भी लाइन ऐसे है कि जो समझ में नहीं आ रहे, प्लीज आस्क.
Ma'am, can you explain the fifth point again?
Fifth point, okay, I'll show you using an example. Yes, we have seen this example, right? Yes or no? Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you can see, now we can take the example as 402. Dekha, 402? Can you see 402?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So 402 modulo 10 value क्या है?
2.
402 modulo 10. Huh?
2.
It's 2. So as you can see, we'll first check whether the bucket is free. Is the bucket free?
No.
Is the bucket free? Huh? Bucket 2 free है क्या? Students, please speak up. Is it free? 402 इंडेक्स 2 में प्लेस करें, फ्री नहीं है तो वो फिफ्थ पॉइंट आ जाएंगे. तो फ्री नहीं है मतलब उसमें ऑलरेडी नोड्स अवेलेबल है. तो नोड्स यहाँ पे कैसे प्लेस किया है? लिंक्ड लिस्ट के जैसे, राइट? सो यू हैव टू ट्रैवर्स द लिंक लिस्ट. सो फर्स्ट क्या है? 132. 132 का नेक्स्ट क्या है? 182. 182 का नेक्स्ट क्या है? नल है. तो जब तक नल नहीं होते, you have to traverse the linked list, and when you reach the end of the linked list, you will place your new node. So which is your new node here? 402. So 402 will be placed as the new node after 182, and the next of 402 is of course null. It's already assigned. Is it clear? So that is what point 5 says. Clear है क्या अभी?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, there were two boys who asked, right? Is it clear to them?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. See, so now just go through that statement. See, if the chain key is equal to null, matlab if the bucket is null, then copy the new node to that particular location. If not null, what you're traversing till the available next node, and when that next node is obtained, you place the new node to that particular last node. That is temp next is assigned to new node. Okay, so that is what I explained about how to place 402. Is it clear?
Ma'am.
Yes. Is it clear to all? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Students, can you hear me?
No.
Okay. Fine. Yes. Can you see? So we can go to the next slide if there is no doubt. So in the previous, we have seen the algorithm. Now you can see how to build the algorithm. We need a main function and we need to display how the particular hash table looks like. So in the main table, you will call the init function. Init function is a function wherein you were initializing the nodes to null, and then you call the insert function for placing the values into the hash table, and at the end you call the print function, which is given at the left end of your slide of this particular slide, which is printing all the buckets of the hash table in the output format. So can you see it? I hope you've understood it. Yes, students, are you all there?
Yes, ma'am.
तो क्लियर है क्या? चेनिंग का प्रोग्राम क्लियर है क्या? किसी को कुछ डाउट है? Have you all understood the algorithm? Yes, can I go to the next slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So we are done with open hashing, which is called separate chaining. Now next is called open addressing or linear. And in open addressing, we have three types, which is called linear probing, we have quadratic probing, and we have double hashing. तो linear probing कैसे है? Here we are not using a linked list. Instead, as the first procedure says, you have to find the hash key, and after finding the hash key, if that particular bucket is available, you place the data in that particular bucket. But if the bucket is not available, you will search for the next available bucket. So that is the concept of linear probing. I'll show you an example so that you can understand it better. So can you see the screen with 4 boxes now right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so look at the first box at the left hand corner. We are using a bucket hash table of size 5, and here we have initialized everything as -1. You can initialize it as null also. Okay, so in this example, we have initialized all the bucket position as -1. Now going to the next, follow the arrow please. So you see the next box which has to be seen. Here we are placing data 13 into the hash table. So if we have to place data 13, we have to find the modulo 5 of it, because 5 is the size of the table. So 13 modulo 5 will give you an answer 3. So you can see that 13 is available right now. Sorry, the key 3 is available right now. So you can place 13 in index 3 or in the bucket with index 3. So that is what the second box says. Is it clear to all?
Yes.
Okay. Now go to the next bucket, next box, which is just below. You are placing data 1. Okay. So 1 modulo 5 will give you an answer 1. And you have to place it in index 1 of the hash table. So you can see that right now index 1 is free. So you can directly place 1 in the index 1 of the hash table. Is that clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I need to hear voices. I hope it is clear to everybody available today. Okay, doubt hai to pucho. Now going to the last box, you can see we have to place data 6 into the hash table. B6 mod 5 gives you the value 1, but 1 is already filled up with data 1. So now linear probing comes into picture. We have to find the next available space. So next available space मतलब key plus 1 mod 5 करना पड़ेगा. So key plus I क्यों किया है? अगर वो करने के बाद भी bucket available नहीं है तो you have to do key plus 2. Then key plus 3. It will go on. So that is why we write it as key plus I mod size. So key plus 1 क्या है? अभी key का value 1 है. So 1 plus 1 mod 5 will give you the value 2. So now you can see that index 2 is free. So you can directly place the value 6 in index 2. That is how linear probing works. Is it clear? समझ में आया क्या?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. Suppose index 2 was also not free. Then what will you do? Index 2 अभी free है, but suppose index 2 was filled with some other value. Then what will you do?
Key plus 2. That is
Yeah.
1 plus 2.
Yeah. So what happens? You get 3
3.
mod 5.
5.
So you get 3. You will check if the location 3 is available and you will place the data 6 in location 3. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. इसका है ना
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Any doubt? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is how this particular algorithm works. So you can see the algorithm right now. First one is create a hash node with key. That means you can see the piece of code written over there. You're creating a class hash node with data key, and you have a constructor inside which is assigning the value to the data key. That means whenever you want to create a node, you will call this particular, or you will create an object for this particular class. Okay, then you have hash map, wherein you're using this particular class object inside the hash map. That means you are assuming that you are using array of objects. So in the previous example chaining, you were using array of linked list. यहाँ पे array of objects use कर रहे हैं. An object is of type hash node. Clear? तो hash node object है ARR. If you can see class hash map, उसमें object create किया है, and inside the constructor you are assigning the capacity of the hash table to 10, and you are creating the array of objects. What are the objects? Objects are of type hash node. Clear? And in the next statement you can see you are assigning every object in the array to null. Okay, and then in the function int hash code you are calculating the hash value using key modulo capacity. So that is what the first initial steps are. you first create a class called hash node, and that hash node object is used in the hash map class. And inside the constructor hash map, you are assigning the capacity to 10, and you are creating array of objects, and every object is initialized to null. After that, for placing the value, or for placing the object inside the value of the object inside the array, you have to calculate the hash key. For that, you're using modulo division method. So inside the function int hash code, you're using key modulo capacity, which will return you the index of the hash table where you have to place the value. Is it clear to all? So far, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Is it clear? कुछ डाउट है क्या? एनी स्टेटमेंट में कुछ डाउट है? अभी तक लाइन 4 तक मैंने बताया. Any doubt in until statement 4 of the algorithm? Is it clear?
After that hash map class, we are simply assigning that hash node dereference operator star array. So what is that?
Yeah, hash node class. You're using another class hash map. Okay. And you are creating an object of the hash node class inside the class hash map. मतलब hash map का data है hash node का object. Like जैसे हम hash node में int key use किया, मतलब hash node class का data, we have data members and member function. So data members is key in the case of hash node, because a node contains key. Whereas a hash map or a hash table contains different nodes. So the data member is going to be a node. And what is the node? It is an object of the class hash node. So ARR is an object of the class hash node. Is it clear? And star ARR means it's a pointer to pointer. If you all remember, it's a pointer to another pointer. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, fine. Anybody else? Is it clear? Can I go to the next insert node function? That means our array of objects is ready. We have initialized every bucket to null, and we have the hash key also ready. Okay. So now what are we doing? We are creating a node which has to be placed inside the array. So that is temp. You're creating a node temp, and that has to be placed where you have to calculate the index for that key by calling the function hash code. And then once you get the key value, you will have to see whether that particular index is available or not. So if it is not available, you will have to increment the index and again find the key to find the next available slot. So this happens in a loop. So you know, key plus I mode capacity works until you find a free space. And once you find the free space, you will place the temp node inside the bucket according to the hash index obtained. Is that clear? मतलब क्या है, एक नोड टेम्प क्रिएट किया जिसमें वैल्यू है, और वो वैल्यू आपको बकेट के हैश टेबल के अंदर प्लेस करना है. तो प्लेस करने के लिए हमें इंडेक्स वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा. उसके लिए हैश कोड फंक्शन कॉल करते हैं, एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू मॉड्यूलो डिविजन मेथड यू कैलकुलेट एंड यू ऑब्टेन द इंडेक्स. और इंडेक्स मिलने के बाद यू हैव टू चेक अगर वो इंडेक्स अवेलेबल है कि नहीं. तो वो चेक करते अरे ऑफ हैश इंडेक्स नल है या की है. अगर नहीं है, नॉट अवेलेबल है, तो इंडेक्स इंक्रीमेंट करके फिर से हैश कैलकुलेट करना पड़ता है. क्यों? बिकॉज यू आर फाइंडिंग द नेक्स्ट अवेलेबल स्पेस, एंड until you get the next available free space, this will work in a loop. इसलिए ये statements while loop के अंदर लिखा है. And after you get a free space, the temp node which you created is going to be placed in that free space available. Is it clear? Yes, students? Are you all
Yes,
there? Okay. Anybody is facing any difficulties in the line 5 to 8? Please let me know.
Can you explain the second condition of that while loop? Array of hash index arrow key is not equal to key.
Yeah, see what happens is array of hash index, like the index which is pointing to the key is not equal to key means it is not equal to that it has to go in a loop. जैसे मेरे सब buckets का size 10 है, ठीक है? Understood? And now you are at the index obtained is 9. Are you here with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So 0 to 9 है मेरा bucket. Clear? तो अभी value place कर रहे the index I got is 9, but 9 is not available. So what happens? Can you tell me what happens? It should go as a circular, you've learned a circular list, right? It should go in that format. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so for that we have done this particular condition. Clear? Yes? Any doubt? Yes, students, done? Can I go to the next slide? Are you all with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So I will show you an example. यहाँ पे देखो key 10 है, तो 10 modulo 10, what is the answer you get?
0.
0. So it is placed at index 0. Then 20 modulo 10, what is the answer you get?
0.
0, but you cannot place it in 0. So what you have to do? Key plus 1 mod 10. Okay, so that is why you're placing in index 1. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So now you have 2 index for 12, you have 5 index for 15 and 8 index for 18. So this is how you will have to do the code corresponding to the algorithm. I hope it is clear. You can go through this example right now if you can see the screen. Can you see the screen? 4371
Yes, ma'am.
mode 10. You get the index value as 1. So you will place it as in 1 because index 1 is available. Then you have 1323 mode 10. You get 3. 3 is available, so you will easily place it there. But then 6173 comes, which contains 3 again. So collision occurs. So you have to do key plus 1 mode 10 and place it in location 4 and so on. So I hope you've understood this example. किसी को कुछ doubt है क्या? पूछना, please. Please go through the example. Yes? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear? So what we are checking is it should go as a circular linked list or a circle, it should go in a circular direction and it should not come back to the same position. मतलब मुझे इंडेक्स 5 में प्लेस करना था and 5 available नहीं है, so I started going to 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, and if I come back to 5 again, I should not place it there. So it should not be the same as the key, and it should not be what it should be available also. So we are checking both, and accordingly we are placing the data wherever the next available slot is. But there is a disadvantage and nobody asked me about it. Can you tell me what is the disadvantage of this particular type? Anybody has any idea about it?
Data can be put in wrong places or wrong indexes.
No, not exactly. Because
Designated one.
see, because if a collision occurs, we have to place it in the next available slot. So of course it's going to go to some other place. We have to record the place where it is being kept. That is the extra task we have to do here, because it won't be placed in the actual index. It might be placed in the next available place. And wherever you are placing, we have to record the index. That is an extra task, but something else. Suppose mera, the table size is smaller than the number of keys. What will happen?
Overflow.
Yeah, so there is a risk of overflow in this particular method because we are not using linked list. Yes, clear? Yes, students, is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So overflow can happen because we are attempting to find the next free location available, and suppose number of keys is more than the number of buckets available, overflow can occur. And similarly, like the other person said right now, since we are not placing the data in the exact index, we have to do an additional step of recording the indexes. Is it clear? Clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
ma'am.
so that's it for today. I have two questions as I've given two questions as homework. I want you all to do it by